Hello, YouTube family. So the first thing I want to say before I dive into this reading today is I want to thank you guys for following and supporting me on this channel. I know that I'm not as consistent as I should be, and I'm just very appreciative of that. It is a goal that I do have for myself over the next calendar year, to start getting a little bit more active on this platform. I can't guarantee that that's going to work out the way I want it to as quickly as I want it to, but it is in the back of my mind, okay? But today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than I think I've ever done before, and we're going to do what are my dreams trying to tell me. I don't know about y'all, but the closer we get to the full moon and the lunar eclipse, the more my dreams are getting very vivid and intense. And I feel like this collective must be in the same kind of vibration or frequency, and perhaps you just want some insight into whatever the crap your dreams are trying to tell you. A couple things I do feel guided to mention before we dive in. One, I was drawn to the Actual Tarot. I mean, I was conflicted between this and the Vibrant Raider White decks, so there could be a significance to a colorful aura or very lust-based energy, okay? The other things I'm being guided to is Evil Eye, as well as Witch's Runes. If you don't know what those are, I would definitely recommend doing a little bit of research. They're not traditional runes, they're different symbols, okay? So they're called Witch Runes, all right? Anyway, something about that could be of significance for this collective. And lastly, they want me to mention an altar for your ancestors. Either you need to cleanse yours, you need to build one, or there's some significance to it, okay? And if you don't know what that is, it's essentially just making an altar space dedicated towards your ancestors or family members that are passed on, which is the same thing. So like for me personally, I add items that are associated with some of my relatives that are in the spiritual side. And then whatever else I feel pulled to. So maybe this collective needs to do something similar. Maybe you need to cleanse it. I don't know. I just work here. Okay. Anywho, we are going to go into my YouTube music and hit shuffle and see what comes through first for this particular one. And again, this is about what are my dreams trying to tell me. I was just immediately pulled to Shawn Mendes's new song called Nobody Knows. I've actually not listened to it yet, but there could be a message in that for someone in this collective's energy. All right. So the first song to come on is called Adorn, and it is by Miguel. Interesting. So your dreams for some of you are trying to tell you some challenges involving your love life. Specifically, there is a masculine energy here. And remember, gender is not specific in tarot. This is just someone who's more dominant in their masculine than their feminine. This is somebody who is really worried about competition when it comes to this collective. And I feel like they're trying to find the right words to express to you, but something keeps standing in the way of that. And for a lot of you, it's because this person has a really hard time with their emotions. It's giving the energy of someone who was never really taught emotional regulation or how to express their feelings in a healthy way. This person could have grown up in a really toxic environment. I'm also seeing, I feel like in the past, this individual was very non-committal. They have great hair. That's really specific, but okay. And this person could have a cat. Specifically, they could have a black cat, but they don't necessarily have to. Yeah, look, something about hair is definitely important for this collective with the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I know you can't see it, but in this particular card's imagery, he's actually cutting a lock of this feminine energy's hair. So there could be an element of this that, like, maybe this person's into witchcraft. Because now I'm thinking about how some spells, when it comes to, like, spirituality, involve, like, bodily fluids and like hair and things like that. So like this person might have done something along those lines. I don't know. It doesn't need to be that deep either. Just take it however it fits for you, okay? But I feel like for a lot of you, your dreams are trying to show you the truth about whatever this blockage is for this person emotionally speaking. There's no nudity on either of these cards either. So honestly, your dreams are trying to show you the amount of passion that you share with this person is authentic and real, but I feel like there's some challenges that are blocking you from fully seeing that. When the Seven of Wands comes up, to me, it's about obstacles and challenges that are in the way, but they're in the way for a higher purpose. It's like this collective needs to start recognizing how powerful you are and how heavily protected you are when it comes to, like, obstacles, is what they're saying on repeat. The other thing I'm being guided to mention is, as I said already, like, this person is very worried about competition when it comes to you. So for some of you, they could be, like, honestly, you could be dreaming about more than one masculine figure right now. And I feel like it's because this person's all over the place when it comes to you and where your heart truly lies. Like, this person's really intimidated by the idea of losing you to someone else, especially someone from your past who you could have had a very, like, dominant kind of relationship with. So what they're showing me is like a long stretch of time. So like if this person is someone that's knowledgeable in like the verses of you, if you will, they could know that you and this other individual had a long-term connection. Like they're showing me like the number 10. So maybe you were with this person for 10 months or 10 years or something like that intensity. And honestly, I feel like they're a little bit triggered by the length of time you shared with this individual. And it's interesting because I feel like this collective has no interest in that individual. Does that make sense? But this person's triggered by it because they're worried that they're going to lose you to this individual. And I don't quite know how to make sense of that because it's a very irrational fear is what I'm hearing. And they're pulling me to the full moon in the background of this Page of Cups. So that's even more confirmation to me that like the moon's impact is actually really showing some shit to this collective in their dream space. The other thing they want me to mention when it comes to the Seven of Wands, not only does it symbolize competition, like I had mentioned, but it can also sometimes show up to show protection. So part of the reason you and this person could be at a distance or there could be some sort of a standstill in this connection is because you need to be protected from their chaotic energy right now. Like this person feels a little bit wishy-washy. They feel a little bit all over the place. And like ultimately they are showing up as a page and not like a knight or a king. So this is telling me that their maturity levels are still not quite where they need to be. But I do feel like whatever your dreams are showing you is actually a direct message from this person. There's a lot of curiosity here as well. And like, honestly, this person feels struck by Cupid with this lover's influence. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this is definitely like a player caught feelings kind of an energy. Like on this particular lover, I cannot show it. There's way too much nudity. On the lover's card, there's 2 women next to a man. And then on the Wheel of Fortune, there's literally 3 women. And there's one woman's looking up at the other. Interesting. One woman is not paying attention towards the other at all. So, like, I feel like this person, like, I'm hearing narcissistic supply. So this person in the past could have had a tendency to have, like, multiple partners. And it was a means to fill their ego. It was to fill a void, is what I'm hearing on repeat. But I feel like something is shifting in this person's energy. And part of the reason why your dreams are becoming so intense pertaining to this person in particular is because they can't ignore the truth of the fact that you're higher level than most people they've engaged with. Like, if I could try to show this. So there's this woman up here, okay? I'm going to show this the best I can without the nudity. So there's this woman at the top. And then there's... Do you see the ladder? There are these 2 women. There's one down here and there's one in the middle. And then there's that one at the very top. This is what I mean. Like, this person's recognizing the other people that they've engaged with are not even remotely in your league. Like, you are at a higher level. And honestly, it's giving the energy that, like, one of the things this person's starting to come to terms with is that most of the women that they've been dating or that they've been involved with, other than you, have been, like, I don't know how else to explain it, but following your lead. It's almost like you lead these other people and they never saw that previously. Something about an unexpected text message is going to be coming from this individual. Yeah, there's some sort of an ending unfolding in this energy. And it's interesting to me because we have the Knight of Swords with the Death card. And the Death card, if you look at this imagery, there's like a woman standing in the front and like a couple in the background. So honestly, babies, I feel like part of what's ending is this person's player ways. I feel like this person's shifting into a more mature vibration within themselves. And part of what your dreams are trying to show you is that this person is evolving. It's interesting because some of you are seeing it, but some of you aren't. And I feel like there's this rebirth that's manifesting in this collective's life because this person's realizing if they don't actually take action in the 3D, the window of opportunity is going to close on them. And I feel like the other thing that's coming to a close with the Death coming out with that Knight of Swords influence, it's giving me the vibe that like whatever in and out behavior this person was in previously, I feel like that's also on its way out. I feel like this person is shifting into a more mature vibration within themselves because they're experiencing some sort of a rebirth themselves. The song Way Down by Merkules is playing in the background. Yeah, look, and then we have the 6 of Wands and the Knight of Cups. This is what I mean. So the other thing I feel heavily guided to mention is there's actually a culmination with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords that indicates somebody who's going to do whatever it takes to win your heart, okay? So, like, when the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups show up in a reading together, it's a huge, huge message that this person is not going to stop until they've won over your heart. Like, they're going to do whatever it effing takes is what I'm hearing. And I honestly feel like that's because even though they're letting go of like the immature element of the Knight of Swords and the impulsive or wishy-washy vibration, they're keeping the characteristics that are positive. So the ambition, the determination, and the drive, this person's going to use that to pursue this collective. And I feel like that's what your dreams are showing you, okay? So again, like, this is an indication you are actively being pursued by someone who has a romantic interest in you, and this person is not going to let up until he or she has won your heart. And that's even more confirmation because the Knight of Cups literally came out with the Six of Wands. So for a lot of you, this is going to lead towards a really beautiful victory. The song Wait For You by Future and Drake, even more confirmation. Honestly, this person's very romantic, they're very charming, and I feel like you're about to see a beautiful side of this connection. One that you didn't see previously is another thing that I'm being guided to mention. There could very well be, like, one of the, especially because I did say this person used multiple sources to feed their ego, right? So there are other women or other men involved in this, and I feel like whoever this person is leaving behind to choose you, they're going to be a little bit bitter about it. Now, I'm hearing that song by Fletcher, like, I bet you thinking that you found yourself a winner. I bet you fucked her on the counter right before you cook the dinner. There's something about that that's significant. So, like, one of these third-party energies are going to be quite bitter towards this connection from manifesting. And there is a little bit of a warning to be mindful of the retaliation that might come from this individual. It's nothing that this collective can't handle, is what Spirit wants to reiterate, but, like, there is a need to pay mindful attention to it. I just feel like there's a lot of victory coming towards you because you didn't put any focus into this. So those of you that kind of just let this person do their thing, you focused on yourself, you didn't put any time or energy into what was going on in their life, that's exactly why this is happening. There's also something about the Six of Wands that's giving, like, public recognition. Yeah, this person's making a decision, babies, and the decision is you. There's about to be a lot of intimacy here. If you look at I can't really show, but, like, this Three of Pentacles is, like, giving a really intimate moment. You and this person may have never actually gotten it on before, is what I just heard. Like, I'm honestly feeling this vibe that, like, you've never even kissed. And, like, I'm hearing that saying, like, true love's first kiss. So, this person's been making the decision, and if you look at this Two of Swords imagery, he's coming forward with, like, a rose, and, like, she's not really all that interested. I honestly feel like your lack of interest in this situation and this person is exactly what's, like, fueling their fire, if you will. One of the things that this individual is really used to is women chasing them. They're used to people, yeah, look, it literally says chasing. They're used to, and it, again, like, women or men, I should say, like, this individual that is coming towards you, they're used to having their ego fed. Like, they're used to women and men falling at their feet and giving them whatever they want. You don't do that. You push back at this person. You push back at, like, the elements of them that are darker, and you kind of, like, poke holes in this person's ego, which definitely was a trigger for them when they were younger, but I feel like as they've stepped into themselves, they're starting to recognize that the reason they have stepped into themselves is because of you. And not because, I'm not dismissing any of the work this person has done on themselves, because they did that, okay? But you're the reason that it happened. Does that make sense? It's like you're poking at their little toxic ideals, or, like, they're showing me, like, an example. You two could be having, like, a normal conversation, and this person will say, well, blah, 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 and then you call them the F out on it. You're just like, well, that's not healthy. Or, like, something that you say, I don't know, there's just something about how they take your words very seriously, and then they end up kind of, like, ruminating on it, and once they process it, they end up evolving from it or breaking a cycle or whatever, and it's because of something that you initially plant in them. It's like a seed is planted every time, and I feel like in the past, this used to piss this person off, is what they're saying. Like, they used to hate it because you would poke back at their ego. But as they evolved and stepped more into their power, they started to recognize that you were truly doing them a service. And, like, these other individuals that they were connected to were truly just chasing them and feeding into their ego. And it's not fulfilling them the way it used to. Like, the song Chasing You by Morgan Wallen, like, I'm telling you guys, this person is realizing that the women and men that have chased them in the past don't actually satisfy them the way that you do. Interesting. What else do we have for what are my dreams trying to tell me? There's a need for forgiveness in this energy. So for some of you, this person's going to rush in, like, full speed ahead, asking for your forgiveness, okay? They're going to be coming towards you. Like, I'm literally seeing charging in, like, a laser focus on this collective. And it's because they've been realizing a lot of truth. I just bit my tongue. There could be an old wives' tale about that. I can't remember what it is, but I do really just feel like this collective needs to find forgiveness for whatever has unfolded in the past. Especially because this person's coming forward with a lot of truth. Collectively speaking, though, remember these are a collective, so you need to listen to what your intuition tells you. If it doesn't feel right, listen to that. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, they're charging forward, like, full speed ahead. This person has some sort of an apology for this collective, and I feel like the apology is going to be very authentic and genuine. Like, you're going to have no doubt in your mind that this person means what they're saying, and I feel like that's when the forgiveness is fully going to take place, yeah. There's a new beginning here. I'm telling you guys, look, this says main woman. Nobody else has my attention. You're the one that I want. I'm telling y'all, there was some sort of a separation here, but it had to happen the way that it did, is what I'm hearing. Something about a red dress. They're showing me like a red sundress, or it could be like a red dress that you would wear to a wedding. They're showing me like frilly or lacy kind of. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this person's about to take a risk. They're ready to just roll the dice. They don't want to be apart anymore, is what I'm hearing. So for some of you, this person could have left you hanging. There could have been some sort of a ghosting incident. Whatever happened, it had to unfold the way that it did. Interesting. One more. Yeah, literally, babies, I told you. This person's about to make the effort in this connection, and your dreams are showing you that. Your dreams are trying to show you that this person's coming and it's real. They're also trying to show you that this is true love. Like, you and this person have a love of a lifetime, and I feel like you can't ignore how you feel with this person. They light your soul on fire, is what I'm hearing. But in the past, you both had some damages that needed to be processed when it came to your previous hurt. Like, there was an energy here in the past where I feel like you both kind of projected past heartache or situations onto the other, and this created some sort of a rift in the connection, which could have contributed to that separation period that you're experiencing. They're showing me like a fire under this person's ass, though. Like, something is shifting in this person that's catapulting them forward, and for a lot of you, I feel like it's because of the energy they're feeling. So they feel this collective completely letting go, and the idea of that not only triggers the crap out of them, but it's also fueling the energy they need to come forward, because they're realizing if they actually want you in their life, they have to step up to the plate this time. What else do we have for what are my dreams trying to tell me? If you just had a question, the answer is yes. Hello. Something about country music could be significant for this collective, because we now have Beer Can't Fix by Thomas Rhett and John Pardi, which is also giving me the vibe that, like, this person could have had a bit of a drinking problem, especially because during the song Chasing You, I heard the whiskey line. So, like, this person could have had a bit of a drinking problem in the sense that they would do that to avoid their feelings and their emotions. It never worked when it came to you. And now I'm hearing that song, I think it's called You Proof by Wallen, where he's just like, this bottle of 50 or 60 or whatever he says isn't cutting through your memory the way it's supposed to or whatever. I can't remember the line, but yeah, there was some sort of a third party involved in this. I said that already, though, so that's not... And this is for a lot of you, like, this is someone that you're already aware of, okay? The third party's already, like, consciously, you know of them, at least. I feel like you don't know them, and they're in very much a one-sided competition with this collective, but you know they exist. Does that make sense? Spirit's also encouraging this collective to spend time traveling, and I told you, this is being clarified by that third party. This is going to come with a bit of drama, okay? And I really do feel like for some of you, this third party's going to come to you on some bullshit. Yeah, this person's had thoughts of marriage with you. Like, they see endgame, and I feel like that's part of why they ran from you in the first place. Because it triggered them. It triggered the idea of them actually settling down with someone and, like, building a life was very triggering. There is some sort of a deeper commitment coming. Spirit's saying there's going to be a flirty energy here, and there's a need for you to show affection. Have compassion and understanding, and remember that everybody heals in their own way. So just because you might have healed by yourself doesn't necessarily mean this person did. Something about a beetle, like the bug, I don't know. Yeah, there's a transformation here, babies. Honestly, I feel like this person in the past treated you like a friend. They could have friend-zoned you, or maybe you did this to them, and then they would run. And they would likely run to third-party connections. This was because of their fear, all right? The other thing I am being guided to mention is they're about to friend zone that third party and run from them, is what I'm hearing. Now, I do also want to mention, like, the transformation is also with the friendship only and the runner energy, so I feel like this is part of what's shifting into a new direction. But those of you that, like, intuitively feel off energy from this person, again, like, you need to trust what your intuition tells you, okay? There is some sort of a beautiful energy that's about to manifest here, though. Like, regardless of what ends up happening in this connection, yeah. Regardless of what ends up happening in this connection, there's a beautiful new cycle opening up for this collective. But I do feel like you and this person are going to find common ground, is what they're showing me. And I feel like part of the reason they've been in your dreams so frequently is because you two are starting to see each other for who you are. Like, this is a very spiritual connection, is what they're saying. This person also desires only you. And we do have see each other soon. So, like, honestly, if this person knows where you live, I'm seeing them show up at your doorstep. If they don't, I'm just seeing, like, hey, where are you at kind of message, or, like, you sending them your location. Like, there's just something about how they're going to pop up rather suddenly and unexpectedly. And it could be because they're going through some sort of a breakup, or because they're feeling, like I said, like they're feeling the pressure to come forward. They're realizing if they don't, they're going to lose their opportunity. This is really specific, but some of you might be considering moving, and like this person can intuitively feel that shift coming. I don't know. There's just something that's adding fuel to their fire to push them to come forward for this collective. The song 21 Questions by 50 Cent and Nate Dogg. The songs will be in the description box listed below for those of you that are interested if this resonated. And yeah, that's what I have for the YouTube for what your dreams are trying to tell you. I hope that helped whoever it's meant for. And I do feel like you and this person are going to be seeing each other in the 3D really soon. Anyway, bye.